Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I've got to do a video about this fight between Blair Cobbs and Alexis Rocha because I thought this was the best fight of the weekend. Really, really good fight this. Going in, Blair Cobbs was an undefeated prospect, 15 wins and 1 defeat. This was a welterweight fight. Cobbs trained by Freddie Roach. Alexis Rocha had 18 wins and 1 defeat. The defeat came to Rashidi Ellis back in 2020, I think it was, 2021? 2020, I think it was. And he lost a close decision, relatively close decision, but he's rebuilt since then. So this was an even fight. In terms of dimensions, Cobbs was the bigger man, taller man, longer reach. And Rocha, stylistically, they were very, very different. Rocha had a sort of Mexican style, has a Mexican style, quite economical with his footwork, but always has his feet in the right place, cuts the ring off very, very well. Very much a boxer puncher. Contrast this with Cobbs, who is just one of those sort of, boxer frogs fighters where he's jumping up and down a lot, using the ring a lot, very rarely fights up close and gives angles. He doesn't like that. Stands bolt upright with his hands down, which I always hate. It always looks to me like an accident that's waiting to happen. So you had that clash of styles, and yet they blended to make a really good contest. And after 4 rounds, I had it 2 each, but they were close rounds. They were rounds that could have gone either way. If you'd said 3-1 to one guy or 3-1 to another guy, I wouldn't have objected. But after 4 rounds, yeah, I thought it was 2 each. Okay. But in the 5th round, Rocha really goes to work and he starts battering Cobbs. And Cobbs stays on his feet, but it's the first time that a round was won clearly by either man. And Cobbs, again, this stand-up style with the hands low, lots of movement, constantly, loads and loads of upper body movement, swaying out of punches, swaying out the way, reliant totally on reflexes, not blocking at anything. Rocha finally got the measure of him and was landing good punches. And Cobbs, he had an afro. Every time he moved, the hair would sway. It would probably look like he was being hit too much or hit harder than he actually was. But either way, he was taking a battering. In the 6th and, the 7th round? Yeah, 6th and the 7th round, Rocha his feet weren't moving as well. He took his foot off the gas somewhat, and Cobbs was creeping back into it. And Cobbs may have pinched one, if not both of those rounds. He was allowed to move. He used the ring. This was Cobbs is kind of like a bigger version of Sonny Edwards. I don't like that. I just don't like it. It's not for me. That bouncy style, all over the place, left, right, try the odd counter when the guy looms in. It doesn't work against people who have good, educated pressure fighting, good footwork as they edge closer, side to side, cut you off. This is what I think about Edwards. He's going to come a cropper if he meets someone who's perfected that style. And Rocha, although he may not have perfected it, certainly had enough wherewithal to cut the ring off and eventually grind Cobbs down, because in the 8th round, Cobbs was floored heavily, very, very heavily. He was shaken badly, sort of recoiled to the ropes. Inevitably, he had his hands down. Of course he did. It was a southpaw left cross, got him in trouble. Was it a left hook? I can't remember. I think it was a left cross that got him in trouble. And then there were a couple of right hooks from Rocha. The second of which, it was sort of a hybrid right hook come uppercut, one of those sort of in between punches that landed bang on Cobbs' jaw. Cobbs' head flicked back and he was totally stunned, hit the floor like a sack of spuds on his side. And this knockdown came after a real shellacking from the corner for Rocha. Between I think it was the 7th and 8th round, or 6th and 7th, where they were saying, the guy, if the word fuck the guy was using the Corner man was using the word fuck like it was going out of fashion. You should be doing this. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? And I think he sort of woke, really literally did wake up Rocha, who was like, oh, I don't want to go back to the corner and get another one of them. So he did go to work. And like I say, he floored Cobbs badly in the 8th round. Cobbs battered from pillar to post, 10-8 round. You could even make a case for it being a 10-7. Cobbs goes back to the corner. Freddie Roach said, you're taking a batter and you're getting murdered out there. If you don't show me something, I'm going to stop the fight. It looked like 2 doctors had a look at him. I think there was even a timeout to check on him, which, I don't know. I don't know whether that's a good rule, having a timeout. I think if someone can't continue, they should really, be stopped on their stool. To give them extra time seemed to me to be, that seems a bit, I know that we have to think about the health and safety of the fighters, but to give someone extra time seems kind of unfair to the guy inflicting the damage. But Cobbs did go out for the 9th round, and it was more of the same from Rocha. And yeah, the referee eventually stepped in. Rocha was landing at will. Cobbs still as upright as ever, swaying like a thin tree in a gale, on the ropes. Again, it was that sort of right hook come uppercut that got him into serious trouble. Cobbs hanging on for dear life. Nothing wrong with the guy's heart at all. And the referee eventually stepped in. I think it was about halfway through the round, maybe a minute into the round. And Rocha had the win. So a really good win for Rocha against an undefeated fighter who probably got to where he was at through natural athleticism, but he wasn't well schooled enough in the fundamentals to handle someone who was. That was the difference. Rocha, far more concentrated on timing, on what he was doing, a higher ring IQ, as they tend to say these days, landing the more precise punches, landing the heavier punches, and all the movement in the world won't help you if the other guy knows how to cut you off and cut you down and chop you down, which is essentially what Rocha did. So really good fight. Really enjoyed this one a lot. Cobbs, can he come back? He's 32. Rocha is 24. So the clock's against Cobbs. Rocha's got a good future, clearly. Come back well from that defeat, that decision defeat a couple of years ago. Interested to see where they go from here. Is Rocha ready for, the A- or the A fighters? Maybe. He's got to jump at some point, but like I say, he's only 24, so he's got time on him. Cobbs needs to come back with a big win at 32. Time is running out. He needs to really get his skates on. But anyway, did you see the fight? If so, leave your comments below. I recommend this fight. It was on DAZN. It was a Golden Boy promotion. Really good fight. Check it out if you got DAZN, if you didn't see it. Leave your comments below. If you're new to this channel and you could subscribe, that would be a great help. Help the channel out. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Check out this fight. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And again, we will speak very soon. Take care of yourselves.